What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another video. So as you guys know, I just released a video about my wife's top 6 fragrances for warm weather. So I decided that I was going to do 6 warm weather fragrances that I absolutely love. So without further ado, let's get it.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah.
Alright guys, and welcome back. So again, this is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another video. Before I get into the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. It always helps out my channel and gives you future notifications. So I know that a few days ago, I released the top 6 fragrances that my wife picked from my collection for warm weather, and it seems like you guys liked it, so I decided I'm going to do something similar for myself, and I'm going to give you my 6 fragrances that are in my current warm weather rotation. Although there are more, this is not necessarily my top 6, although some of them are in the top 6. This is just 6 that I use in my current rotation right now that are great for warm weather. Whether it's daytime, night out, I'll go through that. But I'm just going to get right into it. So the first one is probably my favorite warm weather, daytime, high heat fragrance for summer, and that is Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Eau Intense. I know ever since I got this full bottle back a couple days ago, my wife got it back for my birthday. I've been like hyping it up nonstop. It's because now that the summer's coming, this is the best daytime, high heat, warm weather fragrance. It is advertised as an aromatic citrus marine fragrance, and it does all of those aspects very well. I hated the original light blue. It's watery, it's generic, and while this does have some of the light blue nuances in it, it is a massive change from the original. The main notes that you get here are grapefruit, sea notes, juniper, musk, and amberwood. In the opening, I'm going to remind myself. Oh, that's so amazing. So this fragrance, just to let you know, is activated by the heat. So even though it will project and last for about 7 to 8 hours indoors, it's only going to project moderately. But if you go out into the high heat, yes, the longevity will come down because obviously it's going to be evaporating faster, probably 5 to 6 hours, but it will project more. The heat will activate it. It will project a bit more, make it like a moderately high projector for the first 2 hours, and it's a really nice fragrance. Women love it, especially when it's in the high heat. In the opening, again, it's citruses, that orange, that grapefruit, mixed with that aquatic saltiness, those watery notes, that salty note. It's not like Aqua Pour Homme, where it's super salty. It just adds a little bit of salt, really nice. Again, mixed with those citruses, it creates this fresh and clean fragrance that does not really change much as you get into the dry down. Pretty much for the life of the fragrance, it stays the same, and except for a bit of aromatics, a bit of woods, and a bit of musk comes in when you get to the dry down to kind of even out the fragrance and bring it a little bit closer to the skin, again around hour 2. But for the most part, the fragrance doesn't change. I need you to get your nose on it because it's only $40 for 100 ml, which I think for that price is a no-brainer. Whenever, to me, it's the best designer fragrance for warm weather out there. So that's Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Eau Intense. Second one on my list is one that my wife also had in her list. It is Dior Homme Sport 2021, released in 2022. Not necessarily a sport fragrance, as it is multi-versatile, day, night, all year round. And don't let the eau de toilette concentration fool you. It does last a decent amount of time, and also sport fragrance can let you know that it doesn't last that long, but it does. It lasts a decent amount of time, 6 to 7 hours on average, depending on the weather outside, and it has a moderate high projection. Figured I'd get that out of the way first. So this is advertised as a citrus aldehydic woody fragrance, and pretty much that is what the notes that you get. In the opening, you get a bunch of citruses mixed with those aldehydes and that Dior Homme DNA, a little bit of olibanum. And then once you get through the mid into the dry down, really doesn't change that much. Just like the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense, just like that. It doesn't change that much. All you do is you get a little bit more of those aldehydes coming in, and then some woody aromatic notes just adding to the citruses. The citruses do fade just a bit, but those are the main player in the entire fragrance. So if I had to explain this in one sentence, it would just be a version of the Dior Homme DNA mixed with a bunch of citrus and aldehydes, and that is what you get for pretty much the entire fragrance. So Dior Homme Sport 2021, a nice unique version from the Dior Homme line, one that you definitely need to get your nose on, and probably my favorite freshie release in 2022. So the next one is not going to surprise anyone. It is one of my, if not my favorite fruity fragrance, and that is Rasasi Hawas. This is an eau de parfum beast mode. The other two are not necessarily beast mode. They are great freshies, and they do project and last a decent amount of time. This one lasts about 8 hours, on average 8 to 10 hours, more on clothes obviously, and it projects for the first 2 hours about double arm's length, and then the hours 3 and 4 it will project around arm's length, and then it will sit closer to the skin after that. But I think that is great for the type of fragrance that it is. It is advertised as a fruity aquatic. The main notes that you get are plum, musk, apple, and watery notes. And then so when you get this opening, I just need to smell this, it's so good. The opening is super strong. It's heavy. It's like getting yourself hit in the face with a bag of bricks that smells like a watery plum. So that plum is the main focal point mixed with those watery notes. Again, it makes it feel like a watery plum. And then you get some back notes of cinnamon and apple. Doesn't feel more like the apple pie like Boss Bottled. And you just get some fresh, crisp apple mixed with a little baby bit of cinnamon. The apple gives a little bit of sweetness, so cinnamon gives a little bit of spice. That's about it. But the main note that you can smell is those watery notes and plum. And that's what you get. Once you get to the dry down, this fragrance does change decently. You get some orange blossom, you get some musk, and you get some amberwood. So it becomes, that plum becomes more dissipated in the background, as do the watery notes. Although this still does remain a fruity aquatic throughout almost a lifetime of the fragrance. It's just you get a little bit of warmth from that amberwood. You also get a bit of musk, and then you get that orange blossom, also sweetening it up a little bit more and giving it a little bit of a floral take as well. But for the most part, again, fruity aquatic all the way through. So good. Beast Mode fragrance, Rasasi Hawas, $39.99 on Joma Shop. You cannot beat that deal. So I would pick it up now before that deal goes away and you have to buy it again on $70 on Amazon. All right, so now that we are halfway through, I'm gonna get into my more sweet, gourmand, also nighttime fragrances. The first one is another one that I got for my birthday from my wife. I am quickly falling in love with this fragrance. It is Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. So this is a fragrance. The main notes that you get from it are lemon, vanilla, tonka bean, and sandalwood. And that's really all you need to know from the fragrance, outside of a baby bit of musk in the dry down. So what you get when you first spray this on is a really nice, crisp, fresh lemon. And that's really all you get in the opening, with a little tiny bit of vanilla. I'll actually explain it like this. So in the opening, you have the lemon, which is about 98% of the fragrance, with a touch of vanilla. And then once you get about 20 minutes into the fragrance starts to go like this, and the vanilla starts to become the main player in the fragrance, with about 3/4 of it being vanilla, with about 1/4 lemon, making it sweet, gourmand, with that slight bit of citrus, almost like a lemon meringue pie, a lemon cream pie. It is sweet, it is almost gourmand, it is really nice. And then once you get further into the dry down, the sandalwood and slight bit of musk come in, giving it this warm, aromatic, creamy feel with that tonka bean mixing with the vanilla. And then that lemon, as again it dissipates even more, you get even more of that creaminess, that sweetness, those aromatics. It is very similar to something like Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, except for that vanilla dry down is a little bit more prominent, and you also get just a clean lemon, not a mixture of citruses. The one drawback about Allure Homme Edition Blanche is there is not that much of a performance in it. I would say you get about 4 to 5 hours on your skin, and about an hour to an hour and a half of medium to low projection. Although for the first half hour it does project pretty heavily. It's not the biggest performer. This is one for people who like unique fragrances, that aren't worried about other people smelling them, that just like to have a really nice fragrance that they can wear for a short period of time. This is great. So that is a daytime fragrance. It lasts, again, about 4 to 5 hours. Really good. I would wear it only in the spring and summer. I don't feel it's better in the fall and winter. So the next one, again, is not going to surprise anybody. I've talked about this a lot on my channel. It is mainly for night times, especially in the summer. This is Azzaro's The Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense. The main notes that you get from the Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense, they actually only give you 3: cardamom, toffee, and amberwood, and that is really all you need to know. This fragrance is a super versatile, fresh, gourmand fragrance, and that's the best way to explain it. When it first opens up, you get that mixture of cardamom and toffee right off the bat. It's sweet, it's gourmand, it's creamy, and then you get that freshness and a little bit of a bite from that cardamom, even a little bit of greenness from the cardamom, but that's really toned down. And then once you get into the base, it doesn't change that much, except for this amberwood starts to lift up, giving it a little bit of warmth, a little bit of aromatics, and a little bit of a woody feel. It is actually a fantastic fragrance. Again, hyper versatile. It lasts about 8 to 10 hours on my skin, and way more on clothes, obviously. It is one of the, if not the best date night fragrance out there. Can be worn spring, summer, fall, winter, more nighttime. But for the other 3 months outside of summer, you can wear this during the day if you so choose. I prefer this as a nighttime going out fragrance though. So that's Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense, a really nice fragrance that I definitely think you should pick up. And then we have the last one. This is going to be my blue fragrance choice and a lot of people's blue fragrance choice, and that is Bleu De Chanel Eau de Parfum. The main notes that you get from this is actually a decent amount. You get grapefruit, lemon, bergamot, aldehydes, pink pepper, ginger, incense, and amberwood. And really all of those notes do play a part in this fragrance, which is why I pointed them all out. So in the opening, you get that grapefruit that the Bleu De Chanel is known for, mixed with a little bit of lemon, a little bit of bergamot, even a tiny bit of mint. And then that really mixes well with a bit of aldehydes, pink pepper, to give it a little bit of spice, and then you get just a slight bit of smoke, again from the incense that the Bleu De Chanel is known for. What changes between the original Bleu De Chanel to this is they add that amberwood and the smokier base. So you get that amberwood coming in, it warms it up, makes it more of a date night, night out fragrance, while still being a hyper versatile blue. You also get a bit of that incense coming up even more, making it smoky. So you get that smoky, woody, aromatic, warm base mixed with a background notes of ginger and some of that pink pepper as well. And you also get some LME in there. It is just a very hyper versatile blue. Lasts 8 to 10 hours at minimum. It has a high projection, at least for the first 3 hours. This is going to be one that if you're looking for compliments, I don't believe in the compliment factor, but if you want some attention, this will garner it. So again, that's Bleu De Chanel Eau de Parfum. It's probably my favorite blue and probably will always be my favorite blue, but more leaning towards the nighttime. If you want a blue for the daytime, you would be looking at like Aqua Atlantique. That's a good one. Pretty YSLs, there's a bunch of different ones in that line as well. But yeah, I can wear this during the day too. It's really day night, but I like to prefer it at night. If I was looking for more of a daytime blue, you could go with the original Bleu De Chanel, but the Bleu De Chanel Eau de Parfum with that amberwood, it's just a nice blue, clean, fresh fragrance, slightly citrusy, and then that goes for the nighttime. So I hope you guys like my list. If you want me to do more lists like this, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys very much. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. I really appreciate it, and I'll be back with another one.